Hey guys, this is Heather. So those of you who know me know that I used to be a figure skater, and this past weekend was the World Figure Skating Championships. So I spent a lot of time just watching figure skating videos. It didn't help that it was really bad weather outside, but I don't have a TV, so I had to watch replays on YouTube, which of course opens this whole can of worms that you watch the current skate and then you get all these suggestions of like that same skater or skating team at Worlds last year or at the Olympics or whatever. So I was basically just binge watching figure skating for a couple days. It was pretty awesome. Anyway, it made me want to chat with you about the best vegan films and shows to binge watch. I know there are a lot. I've watched some of them. I haven't watched all of them. And the cool thing about video is that it speaks from a different voice. So it might inspire you in a different way than watching something else would. So you might hear my videos, you might hear someone else's videos, you might watch a movie, and all of those voices together make that picture in your mind. So it can inspire you in different ways. And the really cool thing I find is that you can share it with other people and it'll inspire them in different ways than just you telling them. So if you have people in your life who are interested in veganism but haven't made the commitment, watching some kind of film together might be that little push that they need to open their eyes in a different way. 3 that I've found to be super powerful. Was it recently? Yeah. I've watched all of these within the last, say, 3 years. And they're all on Netflix, I think. Yeah, I watched them all on Netflix. So the first one is Mission Blue. It's the story of a marine biologist named Sylvia Earle. She's pretty famous in marine biology circles. I hadn't heard of her before, so this was a really cool thing to just learn about that field, to learn about her specifically. Very cool female role model at the center of this film. And it's basically a documentary of her work in the ocean, and specifically to do with reefs and the life in a coral reef. So I find that one really interesting because it's about sea life, obviously, not about veganism specifically, but there is one little line where Sylvia says that she no longer eats fish or any kind of seafood, and it's because of her work and what she sees happening in our oceans. So the thing I find interesting about that is that fish is one thing that most people hold on to the longest. So when I say I'm vegan, I would say probably 50% of the time someone will say back to me, oh yeah, I'm vegetarian, but I still eat fish, which would be a conversation for another day. But fish is that one that is still thought of as very healthy, and maybe that gives people an excuse or a justification for keeping it in. Maybe they really like it and there's no strong health critics against fish. The thing I usually bring up in that case is the mercury content of fish. But again, that's a conversation for another day. So I just find this film really interesting because it's specifically focused on the ocean and our role and the impact that we're having on the ocean. And so it makes a very strong case, if fish is that last thing that people are hanging on to, of why it's best for our planet and for our future to stop eating fish. Anyway, it is mostly just a really cool documentary about ocean sustainability, but there is that mention in there that Sylvia says she doesn't eat fish or seafood anymore, which is cool. Firstlings. I finally watched that. I forget when it was, like 2 or 3 years ago. So I'd already been vegan for 7 or 8 years when I watched it. I finally watched it. I think I made it through the first quarter or third or something, and then just flat out cried the rest of the way through. Really powerful, really powerful film. So if you or someone you know is ready for that, great one. Another film that had a lot of buzz recently was OKIYA. I forget if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's a super sweet story, and what I love about that one is that it's fiction. Sometimes our imaginations can be inspired more easily than our logical brain, because sometimes we put up barriers of what we want to accept. Whether we do that consciously or subconsciously, I don't know, but you know, definitely there are ways that we create barriers in changing how we do things, changing what we believe. That's a very difficult thing to change, and somehow I find, not everyone, but some people are more inspired by their imagination. I'm probably one of those people. I also love logic, but give me a good fiction film or book and it just clicks in my brain. I don't know, it's like that idea of visualizing and putting yourself in someone else's shoes, entering another world, and being more free and open to allow other perspectives to come in. I don't know. I don't know if I can describe that well, but it's a cute film. It's a lot of fun, and it has a very, very good message about our relationship with animals. Now, there are lots of films that I haven't seen yet. I mentioned Meet Your Meat, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead I haven't seen yet, Food Choices, Fed Up, What the Health, I haven't seen those yet. I probably will at some point, but because I'm already committed to being vegan for life, sometimes I just don't watch every single thing. Anyway, what I want to know is, what are your favorite films? Whether it's documentary, I saw there's a new TV series that's food related. I think it's called Ugly Delicious, which I think sounds awesome. All right, so I want to know what your favorite is. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what I should add to my list. I already have the ones that I mentioned that I haven't seen yet on there, but let me know, you know, if it's one on there, if it's something else that maybe I should check out. Let me know. Let everybody else know so we can all binge watch together. And I'll also share some links for chocolate ideas and some snacks to keep you munching healthy while you're binge watching. Hope you enjoy. Have a great holiday weekend. Make sure you subscribe for updates from me every week, and we'll talk soon. Bye.